tonight. Okay, game. So, kamusta kayo guys? I hope okay lang kayo, no? Lapit na mag long weekend. Any plans for the long weekend this coming All Souls and ano yan? Parang barangay election, tama ba? Okay. Sige. So, 10 lang tayong live dito, no? So, sayang hindi naka-attend yung iba. Parang around 46 yung nag-sign up. Yun daw, nagpapatulog daw ng baby si Boss Leo Oswald. So, ano to? Sa cohort 2 to. Papasok to sa cohort 2 si Boss Leo Oswald. Yun. Maganda na pumasok ka this session, no? Parang overview on the processes sa natin. Sa BTP dashboard natin. Sige, game. Before pala tayo mag-start, pwedeng pa-scan nito or pasok kayo dito sa slido.com. Then may mga certain questions lang ako for everyone. Then gusto ko kasi makita and ma-feel kung kayo as traders and paano yung proseso ninyo. Nakapasok na kayo guys sa slido.com.
Yes.
Sige. Pwedeng ma-answer yung nyo, yung mga questions. Okay. Then I'll show the answers ng iba. Yan, kita niyo yung mga sagot niyo. So may 5 nandito. Pwede ko ba i-present to? Yan. So may mga sumagot na may mga sumagot, yes, do you have a concrete trading system? So, wala lang nung quantity. Then, dito, I think wala pa. Wala pa atang sumasagot. Yun, may isang sumagot na. 1 to 3 hours daw. Sila 1 to 3 hours na screen time nila in trading. Meron naman 25%. Well, actually, sige. Antayin natin. Makasagot mga at least 8. Okay. So, ito yung results natin, no? Kita nyo naman, no? Kita nyo. Tama. May 14% na sumagot na wala silang concrete trading system. Then, dito naman, karamihan, nasa around 1 to 3 hours yung screen time nila in trading. Then, eto wala pa atang sumasagot, no? Na yung tanong is, do you agree that more screen time in trading produce higher profits? So, pasagot na lang guys. May next poll dyan. Yun, good evening, McLaren. Ay, ganun? Lumilipat yung question sa amin kapag nag-next. Yun lang. Tama ba dito? Yan. Ito dito. Yan. Okay. Sorry, hindi ko kasi kabisado tong Slido eh. Ngayon lang natin in-explore tong tool na to. Yun. Karamihan, sabi hindi daw kailangan ng mas madaming screen time in trading to produce higher profits. So, ayun, no? May mga results na tayo. So, ayun, karamihan naman may trading system. Yung karamihan, medyo matagal yung screen time nila in trading. Halos 3 oras or 2 hours sabihin na natin. Then, karamihan din, they don't agree na more screen time equates to higher profits. So sige, let's move forward dito sa presentation natin, no? So yung presentation natin and yung free webinar natin is all about unlocking the power of the second brain in a trading business. Bale, it's all about discovering how automated market dashboards can simplify your trading or decision-making process, no? And then optimize your portfolio exposure and give you a competitive edge in the markets. So mainly, yung second brain concept is basically an external automated decision support system na nakadesign siya to supplement your own cognitive functions. So, medyo complicated pakinggan, pero basically para lang siyang external system na pinapakita sa'yo yung information na mga nangyayari or currently na nangyayari. And it helps you and supports you in decision making. It makes you error resistant and it helps you to become time efficient. One example in real life second brain tool is, for example, habang nagda-drive ka, yung car dashboard mo, 'di ba, nandyan yung speedometer mo, yung gas tank levels mo and everything. So it gives you the information kung gaano ka kabilis habang nagda-drive, gaano ka pa katagal bago maubusan ng gas and everything. So it helps you to become aware, no? So yun yung concept ng second brain. It's a tool. So in trading, what is a second brain in trading? It is, ayun nga, an external automated system na nag-aid in decision making. So in trading, 'di ba, meron yang phases, yung pre-trade, bago ka pa mag-trade, bago mag-trade, and yung on-trade habang nagte-trade ka, and then yung post-trade. Bale, yung mga phases na yan, it helps na meron kang second brain tool. For example, under pre-trade phase in a certain trade, no, kailangan at least meron kang automated market dashboard and meron kang screener that helps you become objective in screening and everything. So, yung on-trade naman and yung post-trade naman, it helps if meron ka ding second brain, like a portfolio health analyzer. Parang tipong it checks your exposure, general exposure in the markets. Tipong, kunwari, 50% exposure ka na and then hindi naman pala tugma with the current market environment. It gives you that information na, uy, overexposed ka. Dapat unload ka muna ng positions para at least safe ka in this kind of market environment. And then, post-trade naman, ibig sabihin tapos na, it helps na meron kang second brain tool like a trading journal na syempre merong analytics, di ba? Na merong analytics, most importantly. It gives you the idea na nakikita mo yung performance mo in general, di ba? Like, yung win rate mo, yung edge ratio mo, ano yung average losses mo on a certain trade and whatnot. So it helps you to become aware, no? Yun yung concept ng second brain. So next question, yung why. Why do we need to utilize a second brain or a second brain tool? So yun nga, a human brain, while incredible, okay, magaling yung utak natin. Yun, problema lang, it can't track or cannot track and analyze multiple stocks, trends, and economic indicators in real time. May limitations din yung utak natin in looking at information. And ayun, the human brain is prone to cognitive biases and denials in factual data, lalo na when it is shown by the market and or your own portfolio performance. So, yung brain natin, prone yan to cognitive biases. Medyo fallible yung human brain. Paminsan binablind natin yung sarili natin with the current facts and whatnot kasi meron tayong current biases. And ayun, lastly, yun nga, bakit natin kailangan i-utilize yung second brain or a second brain tool? Yun nga, you may commit mistakes that are pretty avoidable if you only automated some processes in your trading business. Bale, sinasabi lang dito na sana madali lang, may mga bagay na madaling iwasan if in-automate mo lang yung mga bagay-bagay na yun. For example, screening. Imbes na i-scan mo lahat ng 300 or more than 300 stocks sa PSE, pwede ka naman palang gumamit ng screener. Yun, may tanong si Sir Burns, how to remove watermark. Hindi ko lang sure, bro. Kasi parang new tool to ni ni Zoom. Pero uploaded tong video na to sa YouTube natin. And bigyan ko kayong copy. Bigay ko yung copy. Yun. Moving forward, no? So, yun nga, may mga limitations yung human brain. Yun, may limitations tayo, no? May limitations tayo. First and foremost, yung concept ng analysis fatigue. So, sabi, on average daw, na only up to 20 to 30 chart analysis lang yung limit natin as traders before achieving analysis fatigue. So, kumbaga, on average, if nakapag-analyze ka na ng 30 charts, tipong nabablur out na or na nagiging mahina na yung analysis natin on the next charts after that limit, kumbaga. So next is, ayun nga, the human brain is fallible. It is prone to cognitive biases. Yun nga, some traders may become biased and may shrug off technical facts due to past experiences on a stock or dahil sa current own psychological state nila. So hindi naman maiwasan yan. For example, ako, yung first million stock ko is Macro Asia sa PSE. Nung 2018, there are times na downtrend na yung stock and then nawawala yung pagiging objective ko on that stock. Then neglect ko yung mga information na yun dahil ayun nga, may good experience ako with that stock. So yun, may mga prone to biases. Yan, pangatlo naman, yun nga, we can only process limited information. We are prone to analysis paralysis, lalo na when too much information is being consumed and analyzed. Yun, lastly naman, no, madaming limitations yung brain natin. Ito yung top 4. Yan lang yung mga binigay kong examples. Lastly is decision fatigue. So prone tayo with decision fatigue, no. So with so many charts na sinascan natin and trade ideas na fino-formulate natin or pinoproduce natin, we are prone to decision fatigue on what trades we should prioritize. Lalong-lalo na when you're looking at multiple stocks on a specific sector and then lahat gumagalaw. Hindi mo alam ano yung ipaprioritize mo. Nawawala yung objectiveness. So yun. So moving forward, no, speed, accuracy, and objectivity really matters in trading. So markets move fast, so should how you build upon informative decisions. So yun keyword, informative decisions. Hindi pwedeng basta magde-decide ka lang dahil feel mo. Kailangan may objectivity and ayun, kailangan may speed and accuracy. So 'di ba, yun nga, may fundamental objectives tayo in a trading business. So if you're running a trading business, ito yung top 4 fundamental objectives. Unang-una sa lahat and pinaka-importante sa lahat is tackle and managing risk, 'di ba? Tackling and managing risk. Kailangan alam mo yung position size mo, alam mo yung exposure mo, current open exposure mo, and then yung overall exposure ng portfolio mo in the current general market environment. So yun. Next is seeing the big picture to navigate markets. So hindi pwedeng porket na meron ka na nakitang trade and whatnot or trade idea, ite-trade mo na siya kagad. So syempre kailangan nakikita mo yung big picture, no? If optimal ba i-trade tong gantong setup in this current market environment. So for example, ngayon, nagka-counter rally yung US markets, no? And then ang ginagawa mo is overexposing in momentum setups. Nandun na tayo sa resistance level. So for example, ito, yung SPY, nandito na tayo sa 50 MA resistance. Dito na tayo sa neckline resistance. So, ang ginagawa mo ngayon, nag-overexpose ka in momentum setups. Nasa resistance ka na. So, hindi siya optimal, no? Hindi siya advisable, kumbaga. Pangatlo, yun, another fundamental objective is looking for high probability and good reward risk na trade opportunities. Syempre, based on your core setups. And lastly, pinaka-importante sa lahat is gaining a competitive edge versus other traders. So ito yung fundamental objectives when running a trading business, no? Risk management, looking at the big picture, looking for opportunities, and lastly, gaining competitive edge. So, yung objectives 1 to 3, automatic naman yan given naman yan. And can easily be done on your own, 'di ba? Given enough experience. Like yung managing risk, looking at the big picture and trade ideas. If meron ka ng enough experience, madali na lang yan. Pero ayun nga, yung fourth na objective is yun yung pinakamahirap. Which is, ayun nga, our goal now is to gain that competitive edge through speed and accuracy ng analysis by building or utilizing your trading system's second brain. Kumbaga, meron kang trading system and then kailangan mag-produce ka or at least you build a second brain para mapadaling ma-execute mo yung trading system mo. So that competitive edge can be built, yun nga, you can build a competitive edge in the markets versus other traders if you have a profitable trading system along with utilizing a tailor-fitted second brain tool or tools. So nagme-mesh sila. Hindi pwedeng trading system lang, then manual mo siyang ginagawa. Baka, ayun nga, maging prone ka doon sa mga limitations ng sarili natin or the human brain. Yun, next, yung fundamental components naman of a trading system. So, iniisa-isa natin siya. So, pinaka-importante yung trading system, di ba? Kung wala ka niyan, walang kwenta yung paggamit ng mga screeners, walang kwenta yung paggamit ng mga market dashboards kung wala kang concrete trading system. Yun nga, a trading system creates a structure sa proseso natin as a trading business, di ba? And ayun nga, kailangan may non-negotiables ka in your trading business. So without structure and processes, basically you're just gambling, di ba? Nagagamble ka lang. Tipong bato ka ng options contract or trade ka ng ganito, ganyan. Walang proseso. So pinaka-importante sa lahat, may flow, may proseso, and may specifics. So a basic trading system consists of the following. So ito yung mga building blocks ng trading system, di ba? Siyempre, pinaka-importante sa lahat, ano yung asset universe mo? You're trading US equities ba? PSE equities, or crypto, commodities, forex. Then iaayon mo yun sa paano mo ginagawa yung market pulse check mo, which is looking at the current market environment, looking at the big picture. So ito yung general top-down approach, di ba? Top-down approach. You're just iniisa-isa mo siya, kumbaga. Next is yung filtering and screening. Basically, you're looking for specific stocks or issues na pasok dun sa criteria mo. For example, ang mga gusto mong stocks are only bullish. For example, you're using RSI. Tipong dapat yung mga tinitrade mo lang above RSI 50, or yung mga stocks na above or greater than MA20 lang. Yun yung filtering, screening. Aside from that is yung ranking, how you prioritize your screener or yung mga results ng screener mo. Pwedeng based on momentum din, based on RSI. Pwedeng based on volume or value traded and others. May mga kanya-kanyang diskarte. Ang importante, meron kang filtering, may screening ka, and then ranking. Then next is yung trading setup mo. So, syempre, yung trading setup mo, kailangan naka-specify talaga ano yung mga chart patterns na gusto mong i-trade, ano yung mga non-negotiables mo in that trade setup, no? Like your entry, your cut loss, your targets, how you sell and everything. Actually, yun yung execution methods. Then next is yung risk management tools mo. So, for example, when managing risk, it's always on a per trade basis and on a portfolio basis. So on a per trade basis, syempre, you're managing it in terms of percentage base na mawala sa'yo per trade. So for example, on a certain trade, 0.5% lang yung limit mo na mawala per trade. And on a portfolio level, syempre, nililimit mo yung overall exposure mo. Like, syempre, di ba, per trade, 0.5%. Hindi naman pwedeng bili ka lang ng bili. umabot ka na pala sa 10% open risk exposure. So you're managing it in a two-way fashion, 'di ba? Ganon, two-way fashion. And then lastly, yung execution models mo and execution methods mo. Like ititrade mo lang ba siya during pre-market or pagka-market open or end of day? Gumagamit ka ba ng bracket orders and whatever? Ganon. Kailangan may specifics. So in line with that, actually, may hinain ako sa inyo na basic momentum system, long only. Kumbaga, parang it's a guide for building a trading system, 'di ba? So syempre yung asset universe mo, US equities, index regime check mo, like ito yung level 2 mo, no? Yung second process mo, which is looking at your indices. So for example, dito SPY and Qs is above MA10 and MA20, and MA10 is greater than MA20. So iti-trade mo lang to kapag na-meet niya tong criteria na to. So gets ba? Then the market groups only look for setups in top leading or improving sectors. So kunwari may market dashboard ka, pwede mong tingnan yung mga top leading sectors or yung mga nag-i-improve na sectors. So ganun. So dinidrill down mo siya top down. Next is yung rules and TA non-negotiables mo or technical analysis na non-negotiables mo. Technical non-negotiables. So dapat price is above MA20, MA50. Price should be 20% above MA200, blah blah blah. Mid caps lang 10% below 20-day high. RSI above 40, blah blah blah. So kailangan meron kang non-negotiables dito. Then trade setups, ano yung mga trade setups? For example, dito, base breakouts lang, con pattern breakouts during markup phases. So, yung mga con patterns like flag, pennants, boxes. So, yan lang yung mga iti-trade ng system na to. Then, yung ranking rules, reward to risk, pwedeng nakadepende sa reward to risk, nakadepende sa volumes, or sa RSI. Then, risk management, 0.5 to 1% VAR per setup, 3 reward to risk ratio only na setups, and an allocation limit of 25% on a specific stock lang dapat. Then yung execution mo, execution mo is a pre-market buy plus a bracket order. Then you only close your position at stop loss and TP only, 100% na closing of position. So gets naman, no? Very very straightforward system. So yun, may sistema na tayo. Ngayon, without a second brain or not without using tools, let's do this in real time, no? Just pure grunt work, showing the end-to-end process. Like, yung goal natin is to generate 1 to 2 trade ideas na nagko-qualify dito sa system na to. So, firstly, tignan natin yung SPY and Qs. So, ito yung SPY or yung ETF ng S&P 500. First question, is it above MA20 and MA50? MA10 and MA20. Ito yung black line natin, MA10. Green line is MA20. So, price is above it, and ayun lang, MA10 is not above MA20. So, let's say MA10 is above MA20 na lang, no? Kasi hindi tayo gumawa ng mga offset dito. So, sabihin natin, offset natin 3. Hindi pa rin, no? So, let's say ganun na lang. And then, yung Qs natin, it qualifies din naman. Yung QQQ natin. Price is above MA10, MA20, and MA10 is above MA20. So, nasa momentum mode tayo. It's a buyer's market. So, okay, iniisa-isa natin, di ba? So, check, double check. Next step, let's look at the market groups. Ano yung malalakas na market groups? So, in this watch list, meron na ako eh. So, kung wala ka pa, medyo mahirap, isa-isahin mo pa. So let's look at the themes and sectors. Ito yung SPY-G, SPY-V. Dito na tayo sa sectors na lang muna, no? Hindi na tayo magde-drill down dito sa subsectors. So let's look at XLY. Ano yung current market state niya? Is it bullish or bearish? So quite bearish, di ba? Yung consumer discretionary sector natin. Prices below MA20 and MA10 and prices below MA50. So cross X yun. Next is XLK or yung tech sector natin. Prices above MA50, MA10, and MA20. Although MA10 and MA20 is below MA50, still quite considerably bullish pa din. So okay, sige, pasok yung XLK na yan in our parameters. Next, ito naman, yung XLC, which is yung communication sector natin. So okay naman siya kasi MA10, prices above MA10, MA20, and MA50. So, pasok tong dalawang to sa parameters natin, XLK and XLC. Ito, auto-pass yan, below MA50. Basta ganun, kailangan may rules ka. Only trade sectors above MA50. So, XLP, pass, XLB, pass, or yung material sector. Utilities, lalo na, pass, auto-pass. Industrials, pass din. XLF, pass. Yung blue line natin yung MA50 XLE, prices above MA50. Okay, sige. Pasok yung XLE, XLC, and XLK. So, ganun na lang natin tignan. XLRE, real estate, auto pass. Below MA50. So, na-drill down na natin yung mga sectors na gusto natin. XLK, XLC, and then XLE. So, yun yung top sectors natin or top market groups natin. So, yung next step natin is looking for stocks na pasok sa criteria na yan. So, isa-isahin natin siya. So, paano natin siya mahahanap? Sige. Pakita ko na lang din. ETF.com. Punta tayo dito. etfdb na lang.com. So, for example, ito na lang. Let's say, ang gusto nating i-trade is yung tech sector. Then, ang gawin mo, punta ka dyan sa etfdb.com. Lagay mo lang yung XLK. Then, search for XLK. Then, click holdings. So, makikita mo yung mga components ng sector na yun. Diba? Makikita mo yung components ng sector na yun. So, pinakamalaki is Apple, next Microsoft, then the rest. So, isa-isahin natin siya. And then, tignan natin ano yung pasok sa criteria na yun. So, for example, Apple. So, yung criteria natin, di ba? Prices above MA50 and MA20. Okay? Above MA50 and above MA20. Price 20% above SMA 200. Sige, hanapin natin MA 200. Lagay natin 200. 20% above. Yun lang, hindi siya pasok. 6% above lang. So, auto pass tong Apple, 'di ba? So, hindi na siya pasok sa criteria natin. Next step is next stock is Microsoft. So, MA200, ito yung MA200 natin. Price is above MA20 naman. Although, yun nga, hindi nga din siya pasok nun sa criteria na to. 10% lang siya. So, isa-isahin mo siya. So, medyo tedious, di ba? Medyo tedious. Sige, tignan natin Nvidia. So, siguro naman ito, pasok to. So, price relative to MA200, 30%. So, pasok na siya, di ba? Price is above MA50. Double check natin. Okay. Price is above MA50. MA20. Above mid caps or beyond mid caps. Ano na to? Large or mega cap na ata itong Nvidia. 0 to 10% below 20-day high. So, 0 to 10% below 20-day high. So, ano ba yung 20-day high natin? So, from the previous 20 days, ito yung highest point natin. So, 0 to 10% pasok naman. RSI above 40, pasok din. Nasa 55 level. 10% or more above 50-day low. Ito yung 50-day low natin. Pasok din siya. 10% or more above. So, okay. Nandito na tayo, di ba? Nandito na tayo. Ito, pwede na natin tong hanapan ng setup. Pasok na siya sa criteria natin or yung mga technical non-negotiables natin. So, okay. Hanapan natin siya ng technical setup. So, let's say, ang pwede nating setup dito is a base breakout eh. So, pwedeng ang gawin mo, breakout at 481, yun yung aggressive entry mo. Or ito yung pinaka mo, confirmatory entry mo at 500, a break above 500. Or pwede rin, a break of this 20-day high or previous 5-day high. So, pwedeng ganun yung entry point mo if a more aggressive momentum setup siya. So, base breakouts or con patterns during markup phase. So, under a markup phase ba siya? Yes, kasi near all-time high siya. Nag-break above siya dito sa multi-year base na yan. So, we are on a markup phase. So, okay. Generate na tayo ng trade idea. So, ito yung entry point natin. Stops natin, sige. Dito sa 450 level. Then, targets natin. 1:1 na lang natin to. Itong base na yan. So, meron tayong 4.7:1 reward to risk ratio. So, meron kang 7% risk in return of 33% or approximately 33%. So, meron na tayong setup. Ranking rules natin. Okay, pasok na tayo dyan. Pasok siya sa volume criteria, whatever. Wala pa naman tayong ibang nakikitang stocks. Hindi pa tayo nakapag-scan ng iba. So, hindi pa natin siya ma-rank. Like, versus, for example, pumasok sa criteria natin yung Adobe or AVGO. Iko-compare mo siya with Nvidia in terms of reward to risk, volume, or RSI. So, kung alin yung mas malakas sa kanila, yun yung paprioritize mo. Yun yung paprioritize mo in entering. Diba? So, may ranking rules ka. Next is risk management. So, okay, 0.5% to 1%. So, let's say meron kang 95k USD dito. So, for example, ito. Yan. For example, 95k. Lalagay mo dyan. Actually, this is an example of a second brain din. You're using a tool ni TradingView, no? You're using the long position tool para makuha mo yung quantity of stocks on this trade plan. So, may entry price ka, cut loss, and take profit levels. So, it gives out 14 shares. Yan yung ne-require niya. 14 shares for a 95k USD account size. So, 0.5% risk in terms of USD is a $475 risk. Kumbaga. Ganon. $475 risk for a 0.5%. So, 14. So, generate na tayong trade idea. So, for example, Nvidia. I-enter natin siya. Buy and then execution rules natin, pre-market buy plus the bracket orders. Then strictly close your position at stop loss and TP only. So for example, yan, 14, lagay mo, gawin na nating stop limit siya, no? Kasi buy on breakout. Stop limit mo at 471, 471.43, lagay na natin dyan. Then good till cancel. Attach a bracket order. So end-to-end ko siya pinapakita sa inyo para mas ma-appreciate ninyo. Yan, 438.62. Then click submit. Stop limit, double check. Limit prices, quantity 14. Then let's click submit. Yan, double check 6K yung value niya. Then override and transmit. Yan. So, nandyan na yung Nvidia order natin. So, natapos yung end-to-end process like around 10 to 15 minutes, no? Ganun. In just one stock. So, ang tagal. Cancel ko na to.
Order canceled.
Ang tagal. So, yun, ganun yung grunt work. Matagal. Kung hindi ka gagamit ng hindi ka gagamit ng tools, 'di ba? Plus medyo ano ka pa, pwedeng makaligtaan mo yung volume, makaligtaan mo yung yung price relative to MA200, yung mga ganong klaseng nitty-gritty, 'di ba? Hindi mo siya makontrol din actually. Kasi yun nga human limitations. So now let's do this using a second brain tool, using the BTP dashboard or Finviz Elite. So smart work yung gagawin natin. So goal is generate 1 to 2 trade idea na nagko-qualify sa criteria na to. So yan, SPY and Qs. Sige. So let's look at the BTP dashboard. So let's look at the SPY. Although wala dito yung ano natin, specific parameters natin na MA10 and MA20, but it tells you na above MA200 yung SPY mo and above MA200 yung Qs mo. So in a general barrier trades na system, okay na yan. Okay na siya. Pero dito, MA10, MA20,
market data connection lost.
We can do a manual check muna. Sige, SPY, okay. Na-check na natin yan.
Market
and
data
then yung
connection
Qs.
reestablished.
Pasok siya sa pasok yung criteria na yan. Next is yung market groups. Only look for setups in top leading or improving sectors. So for example, dito, makikita natin yung mga top sectors natin na property and casualty, and insurance, energy MLP, semiconductors, cybersecurity, etc. etc. So dito pa lang, kita na natin ano yung mga top sectors. 'Di ba dun sa manual check natin, ang naging top sectors natin is XLC, XLK, and XLE. So in just one look, kita mo na yung top sectors mo when you're using a second brain. So at least alam mo na yung mga stocks na pasok sa criteria na yan. At the same time, kita mo pa yung mga technical data, no? Like, is it above MA10? Is it above MA20? Blah, blah, blah. MA20 ba is above MA50? Is the rally overextended? Yung percent away from MA50, gaano kalayo? Ganun. The same time, dito pa lang, kita mo na yung mga stocks inside this components, no? Naka-consolidate na siya. So yung kanina tinignan natin yung technology sector, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, blah blah blah. Pasok 'yan. At least dito, may isa-isa na natin siya. Kumbaga mayroon ka ng screener, 'di ba? Or in some sort. Pero hindi pa siya pasok, 'di ba? Mamanualin mo pa rin siya. So next step is using Finviz. So sabihin natin, ito yung parameters natin. So, ito yung ginamit natin kanina. So, this is a type of second brain tool, Finviz Elite. Kumbaga, it helps you to screen for stocks, di ba? It helps you screen stocks objectively. So, yan na natin siya, plus mid, over mid caps. Yan. Price above SMA 50 and MA 20. Okay. 20-day high-low, 50-day high-low, and others. So, kompleto na siya, no? Kompleto na siya. So, at the same time, pwede nating ilagay din yung sector. So, for example, technology lang. Ano ba yung technology natin? Wala lang ditong no? Sige, i-manual check na lang din natin siya. So in this case, no, kita natin na ito yung mga stocks na pasok sa criteria natin. USM. Tanggalin natin 'to, no, yung telecom. So ito, yan, lumabas na siya. So AVGO pasok sa criteria natin sa tech sector natin. Let's look at hanapin natin yung Nvidia kung pasok siya. Although hindi siya pumasok pala doon sa natin, sa screener natin. So, yun yung isa sa mga issues, no? Yun yung isa sa mga issues when manually checking, 'di ba? In manually checking trade ideas or manually generating trade ideas without using screeners. So for example, ito, napin na lang natin yung mga magagandang sectors dito. So AVGO, sana ba yun? Kanina lumabas dito eh. So hanapin na lang natin yung mga under tech. So sabihin natin dual na lang, hanapin natin yung dual. So pasok yung dual sa criteria natin. So momentum setups yung hanapin natin dito, no. So pwedeng retest 'yan. Retest siya ng breakout of the base, 'di ba? Pwedeng ito yung ano mo, base mo. Ito yung retest mo. So ngayon, pwedeng gawin natin, targets natin is at this level. So tingnan muna natin yung big picture kung under a markup phase ba siya. So pasok naman siya kasi ito yung accumulation mo. Then under a markup phase yung stock na to. Okay. So may 3:1 reward risk ratio ka, no? So pwede pa nga natin yan i-tighten eh. Pwedeng at this level yung stops natin. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin is trade it, 'di ba? So 40 yung quantity ng shares na pwede mong bilhin, no? At 166.50 with a take profit level of 223 and stops of 154. Okay. So, meron na tayong na-generate na trade idea. Halos 5 minutes lang, 3 minutes lang, 'di ba? Mas mabilis, 'di ba? Mas mabilis, mas objective. Hindi ka mahihirapan na mag-generate ng trade ideas. Kasi pwede ka na mamili diyan eh. Kunwari, tech heavy lang yung focus mo. Yan. Ito pala, sector. Yan. Kunyari, tech sector lang yung gusto mo. Di ito lang yung lalabas, 'di ba? Ito lang yung mga stocks na pwede mong tignan and hanapan ng setups or momentum setups. So, mas mabilis ka makakapag-generate ng trade idea. So, okay, gets naman yung point, no? May ano ata. Yun. Dito pala si Boss Stephen. Good evening, Boss Stephen. Musta? Okay, game. So, balik tayo, no? So, basically, using a screener, using a second brain tool, helps you cut time in generating trade ideas, di ba? Yun nga, its aim is basically to assist you in your pre-trade process and routines. And ayun, it mainly improves objectivity, time efficiency, and analysis and decision making. So I think most of you already knows naman yung purpose, 'di ba, ng screener and whatnot. I think na at some point in your trading career na encounter niyo siya. So kumbaga sa mga hindi pa nakakapag-experience nun, i-discuss natin for everyone. Okay? Yun. Minute ko lang yung may naka-unmute kanina. Okay, so ito, one of the current open positions using BTP Dashboard and Finviz Elite. So, Bellring brand. So, previous week ko siya in-open. So, base breakout lang din siya. Momentum setup. Medyo tight cut at 40. Then, ayun, under beverages, health and fitness na sector siya or market group. Current open profit is $785 or 44K in pesos. So, ayun, it helps na meron kang sistema talaga and you're using second brain tools, 'di ba? Like an automated market dashboard and screener. Basically, yung stock na yun is nahanap ko dito sa BTP 50 stocks in play. So, auto-generated siya na stock list na top 50 based on RS trend composite score na formulated ko. So, ito yung Bellring brand at currently top 3. So, yun. I'm using an automated market dashboard. Next is yung screener, no? 'Di ba? Yung Finviz Elite. So, yun. Laking tulong talaga ng mga screeners and mga market dashboards. Yan nga lang, don't forget that in a trading business, pre-trade is only half of the game. Yung pre-trade na yan. The on-trade phase and the post-trade process also matters. Like having a portfolio health analyzer and a trading journal with analytics. So one example of a post-trade second brain tool is a trading journal, no, with analytics. So this second brain tool, it focuses on closed trades, no? And it helps you see the analytics and it gives you a clue what to focus on and improve on your trading business. So one example of a post-trade or a post-trade second brain tool is a trading journal with analytics. So one example is this post-trade trading journal by RJ, no? So BTP Rebuild alumni siya. So, na-trade to nung around, July nag-start. Then, 60-day practicum. He started at 40K equity, ended at 48K equity, no? With a net PNL of 21.43%. So, basically, using this dashboard or this tool, nako-consolidate niya yung mga information on his specific trades or in his close trades, like yung planned cash at risk, yung actual VAR, yung realized PNL, and yung realized R multiple. So, mga importanteng bagay yan na kailangan mo makita as a trader. Diba? Kailangan mo makita yung mga yan. At the same time, win ba siya? Losing trade ba siya? And at the same time, yung trade link. Like, ano yung trade idea mo on this specific stock, diba? May link. And then yung mga notes mo on this specific trade. So nandyan na siya. Nakalabas na yung average R multiple, win ratio, average cash at risk, and blah blah blah. So bottom line lang is it really helps a lot if you have a trade journal with analytics, no? So yun, may tinatanong si Boss Amalia Jimenez Nocon. Is it okay to rely on the pro screener of the Instagram? I am an elite subscriber of Instagram. So okay naman. Actually, isa ako sa mga creator ng pro screener and may mga may mga specific formulas yan na sinusunod. So, but tignan natin, sige. This is one example of a second brain tool, di ba? Yung pro screener natin. So, punta tayo dito sa screener. Yan. Then, may mga siya, pre-built na di ba? May mga pre-built siya na stocks or mga watch list, di ba? So, for example, yan, momentum leaders, PSE momentum leaders, invest outliers. So if you're trading the US market, for example, you're trading Nasdaq or mga tech names, yan. Reliable naman siya, although mas reliable siya for PSE. Pero for NYSE trading US stocks, I think medyo may mga improvements pa. Ang ko lang dito is hindi mo makita kasi yung hindi mo kontrolado yung specifics. 'Di ba? Like above MA50 ba to? Above MA20 ba yan? Hindi mo alam, 'di ba? Parang nag-rely ka lang dun sa pin-up out ng InvestaPro. Pwede naman siya. Pwede siya for kunyari may specific setups ka na. It can work. Pero may mga better ways na kailangan mas kontrolado mo. Yun lang yung akin. Okay, so moving forward, gets na yung post-trade and pre-trade second brain tools. Next step is how to implement your second brain. So hindi ko naman kayo nililimit on using FinViz, TradingView, whatever. Kung mayroon kayong mahanap na much better, no problem, di ba? So yan, step 1, how to implement your second brain, pre-trade, on-trade, and post-trade. First and foremost, establish your trading system in detail. Like yung ginawa ko kanina. Kailangan may specific index parameters, may specific technical non-negotiables, mga ganun. Detalyado siya. Step 2, segregate mo yung pre-trade and post-trade processes mo. Like, yung filtering screening is pre-trade, yung execution parameters mo, risk management, blah, 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 is on-trade and post-trade. Under on-trade siya. Step 3, allocate and invest in resources. Time resource or money resource. Diba? Time or money resource for trading tools na makakapag-optimize ng trading process mo. You can pick any that you think suits you. Kung ano yung gusto mo. Kunyari, gusto mo gamitin yung BTP Market Dashboard, mas maganda, di ba? Or FinViz Elite. Kung ano yung nag-work sa'yo and kung saan ka mas hiyang. Step 4, familiarize yourself with the platform and create routines around these trading tools. So sa akin, ang pinaka-trading routine ko is looking at my dashboard, like looking at the liquidity benchmark, yung auto-generated market narrative, yung market breadth, blah, blah, blah. It's a routine. May routine siya. May proseso on how I look at this dashboard. So, you need to familiarize yourself and create routines. So, yun. Just to give an example of a pre-trade second brain tool, during the screening process, unang-una, syempre, yung pinakita ko yung FinViz Elite, di ba? Yung FinViz Basic, meron naman yan. Di naman limited yan. Although may mga ads. And then, meron kang mga limited na... may mga limitations, kumbaga. Like, hindi mo ata makikita to, no? Yung 1-day performance ng sectors, 1 month, 3 months. So, ayun. Yun yung mga limitations. Yun yung mga limitations for basic FinViz. Pero in general, pwede mo nang gamitin yan. Wala namang limits yung FinViz Basic. In terms of parameters. Sayang lang, hindi mo magagawa yung mga custom. Tipong, kunyari, ang mga gusto mo mga stocks, nandito sa range na yan. Kunyari, 200k up to 5M. 5M na volume. Mga ganun. So, yun lang yung advantage ng Elite, no? Meron kang may option ka to do custom screener. Next is TradingView screener. Actually, meron din si TradingView niyan. And then, madali lang din siya i-execute. So, for example, ito. Small to mid caps, year-to-date plus bull screener. Ito, for example, yan. RSI 14 above 50. Prices above MA50. Year-to-date is positive. Market cap is 2 billion to 10 billion, which is small to mid caps. Average volume is 1M to 50M. So, mga ganun. So, pwede mo rin naman gamitin yung TradingView screener. Although, hindi ko lang alam if yung free is may mga strong limitations. But, naka-ano kasi ako dito naka-premium with TradingView. Investa Pro screener. May mga built-in screener siya. So, pwede nyo yung gamitin. Then, lastly, Simply Wall Street. Although itong Simply Wall Street is more of on the fundamental analysis data. So, pakita ko lang sa inyo yung Simply Wall Street. So, makikita mo yung yung mga insider transactions, yung mga comparison with its market group. So, for example, Apple. Hanapin natin. Yan, makikita mo yung mga mga metrics niya, like overvalued ba siya, undervalued, anong industry average niya. So for example, ito yan, valuation. Automatic niya nang generate yung mga parameters na to. For example, price to earnings ratio versus peers, versus industry, versus fair ratio. Kumbaga, meron ka na automatic na tool para makita mo yung valuation ng stock na yun. So gets naman. So pwede niyo tignan, explore niyo yan. Pero sa akin, ito talaga yung main second brain tool ko, which is yung BTP Market Dashboard. It helps me track yung Fed liquidity. So pinaka-importante yan sa akin. Lalong-lalo na kunwari, makikita ko na net liquidity draining yung Fed natin. So ayun nga, sabi ko nga palagi, liquidity is the driver of assets, or liquidity pushes asset prices. Ganun. So ngayon, liquidity training, it gives me that information na most likely papunta na tayo dun sa pullback scenario. No? Next is yung percent of stocks above 20-day MA. Yan. So 43% lang yung mga stocks above 20-day MA. Ito, MMFI, 28% lang yung mga stocks above 50-day MA, and then the rest. So may mga other key informations din ako tinitignan dyan. Like yung market breadth, key indices, yan. Yung ano natin. Sectors pala. Key sectors. Itong XLC up to XLU. So kita natin lahat, no? Kita natin lahat ng information. At least, it gives us an idea kung ano yung mga strong market groups natin or market sectors natin. Same thing, ito yung market group dashboard natin. Kompleto yan. Kompleto yan with its following niches, no? So for example, ito yung top 5 natin. Focus tayo dito. Yan, top 5. Cybersecurity, Semicon, MLP, which is oil and gas or oil infrastructure. Ito, casualty and insurance. So, ito yung mga natin, leading sectors natin. So, kita ko na kagad ano yung mga magandang sectors na pwedeng i-trade. At the same time, kita ko din yung mga stocks under those sectors. So, yan. AIG, CB, PGR, blah, blah, blah. Then, hanapan ko na lang na setup. Next is yung BTP 50 stocks in play, which is, eto, yan. So, auto-generated siya. Ano yung mga pwede mong stocks na i-trade? Like, yan. For example, VRT. Ito, isa to sa mga malalakas. VRT. So, electronic production siya, no? I'm not sure yung fundamental yung fundamental catalyst niya. But, yun. Matagal na to sa, sa list na yan. And, yun, parang papunta na siya sa TP level niya. CEIX, yan. Coal-related name. So, halos pagka-break ng all-time high, nagtuloy-tuloy lang. So, yun. May mga strong names din na pinapakita like, yun nga, Bellring Brands and others. So, it really helps me a lot, no? Pang-automatic ko na siya nakikita. Next is yung key events calendar. So, importante din to, lalo na when you're trading options or your swing trading, no? Your swing trading. For example, yan, kita ko na kagad yung key events. So, today is 17, di ba? So, may retail sales. Actually, na-release na yan. Hindi ko pa lang nakikita. Home builder, pa-release na yan by 10 p.m. At the same time, for tomorrow, building permits, may release, blah, blah, blah. So, at least mayroon kang idea ano yung mga key market events na mangyayari for this coming week or during this week. Next is yung major news. So, auto-generated din to, ano yung mga stocks na may major news. And the BTP dashboard, no? Yung J&J up to BK. At the same time, yung percent change niya, no, for the day. So, kita ka agad. Then, pinaka-importante sa lahat yung BTP Composite Score. So, this is a proprietary metric that helps me assess yung mga malalakas na market groups talaga based on relative strength and yung trend score. Like yan, yung above MA10 ba siya, ano yung mga metrics na gives us the information na malakas talaga yung market group na yun. So, di ba, yun nga, as always, always follow the leading market groups. So, in summary, sa session na to, unang-una sa lahat, develop a solid trading system. Kung wala kang trading system, nonsense gumamit ng Finvisalit, walang sense gumamit ng any kind of market dashboard kasi hindi mo naman gets. and hindi mo siya may mesh with your trading system. So next is chunk your trading system into pre-trade, on-trade, and post-trade processes. Para at least ma-inline mo siya. Ano yung mga magiging strategic approach mo or strategic tools mo na magagamit mo in those processes, di ba? So for example, pre-trade, screener, on-trade, yung mga long position tool, whatever, kailangan may standards ka. Yung post-trade naman, kunwari, trading journal. Yun, one example yun. Yun, next is if you have the time and or money resource, use and establish your second brain tools. No? That will help you become more effective and efficient in operating your trading business. So, yung mga tools na yan, it costs money. For example, yung FinViz Elite, I'm paying around 20k or 30k per year sa FinViz Elite. Pero ang laking tulong niya in my trading. Naibabalik siya ng profits na napoproduce niya. So kung mamumuhunan ka talaga, mamumuhunan ka. Pero kung hindi mo naman kailangan and may option ka to get or to use the free, just play around its limitations. So next, yun nga, accept that we as humans have limitations and are really fallible. So like kanina yung Nvidia example natin, yun pala hindi pala siya pasok doon sa parameters natin, 'di ba? Pero hinanapan ko siya ng trade idea or ginawa ko siya ng trade idea. So that's one common mistake. Hindi pala siya pasok sa system natin, which is dapat strictly yun yung sinusunod natin, yung specific parameters natin. Yun. We need to level up and utilize trading tools talaga to avoid committing mistakes. 'Di ba? So yun, be proficient on using second brain tools. So 'di ba may dinedesignate ka na strategic tool. For example, yung FinViz Elite. Hindi pwedeng bibilin mo lang siya then iaasa mo na lang doon sa tool yung results. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Be proficient on using that tool. Always practice. 'Di ba? Trading is a skill. Trading is a performance sport. Always put it into practice, into an execution. 'Di ba? Sa routine. So yun, that ends my learning session for everyone. I hope may natutunan kayo. Actually, hindi naman to super advanced level na stuff, but it's just something na gusto kong i-share sa inyo, no? Para magkaroon kayo ng idea sa mga proseso on how to become efficient in trading the markets. Lalo na maiwasan yung mga mistakes. Sige, Sir Leo Oswald, go ahead. Go ahead, Sir Leo.
Sorry, nakamute pala ako.
Oo, nakamute.
Good evening sa lahat.
Good evening.
Boss Bear, kung maalala ko, part ng BTP program yung pag-share mo ng tools, no? So, pati ba yung FinViz Elite, magkakaroon kami doon ng access?
Yeah, oo. Lifetime yun.
Sige, boss. Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions, guys, sa presentation? So, I think wala naman nata, no? So, very clear naman siguro yun na just use trading tools. Diba? Use trading tools to your advantage, diba? No-brainer yun. Aralin mo lang na mabuti and tugma mo siya sa sistema mo. Di pwedeng bara-bara lang. Diba? So, yun. I hope na by the end of this video, no, or this session, nakabigay tayo ng strong value or at least give you an overview, no, sa paano nakakatulong yung mga ganitong mga second brain tools sa trading business natin. Madaming types of tools, i-explore nyo na lang. May mga libre, may mga bayad. If nagtitipid ka, no worries. Wala namang pumipilit. But, ayun, may mga, if you want to gain competitive edge, you really need to put in resources. So ako personally, itong BTP dashboard, parang months ago, hindi ako marunong sobrang banu ko Excel, mag Google Sheet. Pero inallocatean ko ng around 3 hours, 4 hours per day para ma-develop ko to. Kasi nahihirapan na ako na mag-rely lang sa mga ganito, yung mga built-in platforms like Finvisalit. May mga gusto akong makita, hindi ko makita, or minamano-mano ko pa din siya. So ito, tailor-fitted for the BTP system, like from start to finish, at least mabibigyan ka niya na ng trade ideas kahit papaano, or watch list, no? Para hindi ka na mag-aksaya ng oras na maghanap ng setups, kumbaga. So yun, shameless plug lang, no? Shameless plug lang sa lahat. Meron tayong new cohort for BTP Rebuild. So this will start on November 8. Hindi lang to na update, no, but basically it contains 3 phases. So firstly, the 4 to 5 week technical mentorship phase, which is tuturo ko lahat ng kaalaman ko and mga technical edge, fundamental edge, risk management, etc. etc. Like the end-to-end process, yung lahat ng standards. Dyan ko ituturo yan for the whole phase 1, which is the technical mentorship phase. Next is yung practicum level 1. So yung practicum, ano ba siya? The practicum is basically a real world applied trading, no? So i-group ko kayo by 3s, 4s, 5s. I will make you a team. I will give you a team na you will coordinate with and trade with. So firstly, yung level 1 is yung PSE. So yung Philippine markets natin. Kaya siya multi-market mentorship. Its goal is to help you become competitive, or at least have an idea how to trade multiple markets, no? Kasi hindi naman palaging bull market sa PSE, hindi naman palaging bull market sa US, 'di ba? Or crypto, nag-rotate siya pa minsan, 'di ba? May nagkakaroon ng rotation. So at least in this program, may mape-prepare ko kayo to become a multi-market eligible trader, no? So level 1 is PSE, level 2 is yung US market natin. So 60 days yan, di lang naka-akma dyan. So 60 days. And then lastly, yung crypto futures. So I will be teaching you how to trade crypto futures in this phase. So yun, basically it's a 12-week training program led by me, and learn my trading system and process workflows in multiple market or multiple assets, no? And ayun, acquire exclusive lifetime access to my proprietary trading tools like yung pinakita ko kanina, yung BTP Market Dashboard. Nag-improve pa yan. Hindi lang yan fix, no? Nag-improve pa yan. May mga other tools pa akong ibibigay sa inyo na ma-access nyo lifetime. No expiration. No yearly fees or whatever. Yun, basically it's lifetime, no? And nagkakaroon ng improvement. So pangapat, we are transparent trading community. We show our trades, and yun, we have a deep experience in trading the global markets. And lastly, ayun nga, main goal naman is to attain new levels of success in your trading journey, no? Continuous ko kayong i-guide, lifetime guidance yan in trading the markets. Hindi ko kayo iiwan and everything. Okay. Sige, ano yun, Ansel?
Yeah, were you trying to share your are you trying to show us a few more slides?
Sorry. Sige.
Sige.
Yan. Sorry. Yan. So, ito, multi-market mentorship, no? Ito yung natin, slides natin. Sorry, nawala, no? Yun. So, gain the BTP advantage, no? So, on day 1 pa lang, meron na kayong access on Finvisalit, Simply Wall Street. So, very powerful tool din when you're a fundamentalist. Actually, fundamentals in our system is around 30 to 40%, no? And Simply Wall Street really helps you a lot in getting a gauge on industry averages, in comparison with its peers, and you see everything, no? You really see everything in fundamentals. And itong BTP Market Dashboard, bibigyan ko kayo ng lifetime access to all. to all alumni and current participants in the cohorts. So, ayun, this is a paid program. Syempre, may mga time resource and money resource din akong i-allocate dito. And, ayun, matagal ko siyang pinagpaguran. No? And, this is a 12-week program and madami akong ituturo sa inyo. So, meron tayong BTP Lite and Perpetual. So, yung Lite is only for a year. Meron kang 1 year access lang for the trading tools. And then, you will not gain the trading practicum access. So, malaking importansya kasi itong trading practicum access kasi it helps you be trained, no? And be coached real time and in trading live portfolios, no? In the US market, PSE, and crypto. Basically, itong 39,500 is only the technical mentorship and a 1 year access on the current trading tools, no, which is yung BTP General Market Dashboard, yung BTP 50, which is the swing trading focus list, yung private trade idea dashboard din, binibuild na natin siya, yung Simply Wall Street na premium, 1 year only, FinViz, and then the rest. So itong naman, yung Perpetual, it's also one-time fee, 79,500. So yan, may expansion packs na mangyayari. And you have an unlimited refresher access for this program. So kunwari, like Borgie, gusto niyang mag-apply ulit for cohort 2. Pwede. No problem. Pwede ka mag-participate ulit from module 1 up to the final module. The same time yung practicum. So it's a perpetual improvement, way to improve, kumbaga. So yun. Sa Lite naman, meron kang may one-time refresher access ka. One time nga lang siya. So for example, for cohort 4, if meron cohort 3, up to that point lang. So yun, 39,500. So applications are still open for BTP Rebuild cohort 2. So may 9 slots left pa. So kung gusto nyo, kung interested kayo in joining the program, you can take the qualification exam. So you need to pass first. Kailangan pasok ka dun sa logic and trading, at least trading exam, no, kumbaga ganun. So it's a short exam, 3 to 5 minutes lang siya. Then if pasok ka, if you're qualified, you can join us in this BTP Rebuild cohort 2. So scan nyo lang siya, puput up ko tong slide na to, maybe around 1 minute. Then ito yung link, no, kung gusto nyong i-take yung qualification exam. So bit.ly/BTP Rebuild cohort 2. So yun, that ends my session. So yun, pasensya na sa sa shameless plug. Okay. I hope madami kayong natutunan, no? If may mga tanong kayo, you can personally PM me. Like, kunwari, paano mag-set ng scanners, no problem, sagutin ko kayo. Paano position size and whatever, no worries, sagutin ko kayo. More than happy ako to help everyone in their trading journey. So if hindi nyo gusto yung pricing and whatnot, no worries, nagbibigay ako ng free learnings like this, no, for everyone. So yun, you can always learn from me for free. Yung mga nirelease ko sa Investa, yung mga ganun, just invest in time. Yun, di ba, lagi nga time resource and money resource. So it's just between the two or the both. So yun lang. Thank you guys, ingat kayo and good night. Hindi ko na kukunin yung oras nyo for tonight. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you.